It was a brilliant match, and one really that went along with the trend that we've seen these two teams show over the last couple of years, because of course they faced off in the Nations League as well. Those matches were brilliant. You look ahead to one this week, Craig, that should be just as entertaining.
Absolutely. I mean, since the 2014 World Cup, it had been a struggle for Holland for a couple of years. They were not good to watch, and they were easy to play against. And they still have a kind of open style, but they have better players. The younger guys have come through. You know, De Jong, De Ligt playing alongside the world's best defender at the moment in Van Dijk. That gives you a great platform. And then, of course, up front, you got Memphis Depay, who made the big move to Man United, and it didn't work out for whatever reason. And he's gone to France in the last couple of years and really found his game again. So when you have that spine of the team, it gives Koeman something to build on. And let's be honest, the Germans have recovered a little bit from the World Cup debacle, but they're not the side that they once were.
No. And a big blow for them, of course, no Leroy Sane.
Yeah, who had been fantastic for Jürgen Löw ever since being left out of that World Cup squad. Yeah. Now injured, you can't call him for the foreseeable future. And I just feel it adds to some of the question marks for Jürgen Löw, who, again, just a few months ago, unceremoniously retired both Hummels and Boateng, and now you have Rudiger struggling to get back to full fitness and sharpness. And it leaves you with a lot of questions. And the issue, as well as always with the Germans, is they always seem to be better than the sum of their parts. And as a result, difficult to predict.
Let's bring Gab Marcotti into the show, shall we? Gab, on paper, this should be a cracker.
It should be. And I mean, I think from Germany's perspective, the guys there hinted at a little bit. It's something not to be taken lightly, because it's Holland, followed, of course, by Northern Ireland. And bear this in mind, the top two teams from the group qualify for the Euros. And then, whereas in the past, the third place team would have got in via the playoffs, now, of course, that system has all changed. And group winners in the Nations League, if they don't qualify directly, go to the playoffs. Long and short of it is, Germany cannot finish third, because otherwise they're highly unlikely to be able. It's going to depend on results elsewhere, but it gets very, very complicated and very difficult to get into the playoffs. So a scenario where maybe they have a tough time against the Netherlands, takes a lot out of them. Maybe it's a draw, maybe it's a defeat, and then you face Northern Ireland in that situation, and you've lost something along the way, and you get another bad result, and then things can start getting very hairy very, very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way Jogi Löw would survive that, because I mean, most of us thought he couldn't survive the World Cup. But he did, and, German FA stayed with him, and he said, I'll make changes, I'll do this, and I'll do that, and we'll go again. However, as Gab pointed out, with the way Northern Ireland have started, and it'll be difficult to keep that up, one of these teams potentially could finish third place. Now, obviously, the Dutch have the Nations League to fall back on. The Germans at the moment don't, but as Gab rightly said, it's very convoluted, and when the dominoes fall, there is potential for them, if they finish third, somewhere down the line to make it. But I don't think they would want to leave that to chance.
You don't want to explain all the permutations and details?
I don't want to explain it, because
I don't want you to explain them.
I don't really know. All you need to know, the dominoes need to fall. But it could happen. But the sense is that a win for Holland away in Germany would just sort of pile the pressure on again.
Most definitely. Let's take a look at the odds, shall we? These are how the bookies have it set. Germany favourites as hosts, 11-10 on. Dutch coming in 11-4, draw 13-5. Gab? Who are you going for?
I would certainly... I'm going to lean Germany in this one, but I really wouldn't be surprised if these two end up sharing the spoils. It just seems that Germany right now are extremely focused, extremely concentrated, extremely mindful of the risks involved.
Germany win via a draw. That's what I heard.
I'm going to lean Germany as well. I think at home.
But would you not be surprised if it's a draw?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a draw or Holland win. But cover my bait. I'm going to go for Germany, because I think Dutch will still play a kind of open game, and they need to start chasing that pack, and they're at home, so I'm going for a German win.
I think that's the only difference between these two, that the Germans are at home this time around. That for me, I go Germany and nothing else.